Hello, thank you for joining Georgia Hires, the Career Tune-Up. I'm Raven Lee. I'll be your host during this series where we explore why you aren't getting that promotion. The next topic that I want to discuss is communication. You may not be getting that promotion that you're looking for because your communication needs a little bit of work. So sometimes we think about written communication or verbal communication, but it could be some of the things that we're doing within that's keeping us from connecting with people and getting the promotion that we need. So I have 4 quick tips that I want to give you just to do a quick inventory of your communication style in the office and to see if it's measuring up to getting you that promotion. Our first tip is written communication. When you're sending out emails, are you making sure that they're not riddled with grammatical errors? Are you making sure that any reports that you write are done correctly and not full of errors? Because those things matter. People are watching what you send out and they're looking at that as a representation of who you are as a professional. So you want to make sure if you're ready to go to the next level and you want to be promoted, that you're able to clearly and concisely communicate in writing. And that brings me to another point about written communication. Make sure that you're not making your emails or your written communication longer than they need to be. You want to keep them concise and to the point. That shows that you're professional and that you're respectful of people's time. My second point that I want to touch on is speaking to leadership, coworkers, and your direct reports. How are you communicating to them? Are you making sure that your communication style is respectful and that you're not talking down to people or being condescending? Are you making sure that you're speaking in layman's terms and you're not using overly technical terms that's complicating the communication and keeping people from understanding the message that you're trying to deliver? So when you're thinking about verbal communication, you want to make sure that it's simple as it needs to be so that the person can understand what you're trying to communicate. My third tip that I want to cover is, do you have diarrhea of the mouth? Are you around the office just talking about things that you shouldn't be talking about? Can people trust that when they tell you something that you're going to keep it to yourself and you're not going to let it get out? If you find that you're around the water cooler gossiping a lot in the office, you're probably not ready to move to the next level, and you actually should consider whether or not you're going to stay where you're at for very long, because people who can't keep things to themselves tend not to work out very long in any office situation, in any position. So if you want to get promoted especially, you need to learn how to keep your mouth closed and keep secrets to yourself. The final tip is, are you too shy? So on the flip side of having diarrhea of the mouth, are you not saying enough? Is the perception about you is that you don't know how to speak up and you don't know how to engage, and that you kind of lack courage to say what needs to be said? If that's the case, then you need to just show a little bit of courage and start to speak up. In meetings, sometimes you might have to say something to get people to notice that you're there and that you know what you're talking about and that you're knowledgeable about your functional area. So those are 4 topics that we want to briefly cover: written communication, verbal communication, making sure that you're not having loose lips and sinking those ships, and also if you're shy, making sure that you know how to speak up, be heard, and be seen. So thank you for joining. We look forward to seeing you on the next episode. Have a great night.